First question's from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, I always love hearing Juan's voice. Freddie, you'll be shocked to know that the word dynasty is being thrown around a lot leading up to this week. For you guys, I mean, how have you viewed this season? Just not, I know a lot of focus goes into just winning this year, but viewed the opportunity in the bigger picture of having the chance to win what'll be this organization's third title in 6 years and cement what a lot of people would call a dynasty if you do.
Yeah, I think it kind of started in spring training when, Doc does his, meetings pretty much every morning. And the start of spring training meeting, he was talking about how special it would be to do something that hasn't been done in 25 years. And obviously that's just to get everyone fired up and, excited about spring training. But then as you go through the season and you're just trying to play better than we were, you kind of lose, like, you're not really thinking about that. But then as obviously we get to the playoffs and you get into the playoffs and you advance, and then you have the opportunity to do something that hasn't been done in 25 years, the dynasty question it has come up, and it came up, a few days for me last week. So I think it's special. I mean, I think to be in that position, I mean, it's pretty amazing just to even be considered that. I think you and I were talking, to win titles, three, if we win this one, 3 and 6 years, the Dodgers. I mean, it's like you're looking at obviously the Yankees, but then you have the Giants in the early 2010s, 3 and 5 years. Just winning one is hard. So dynasty, I think if you can get 3 in a matter of 5 to 6 years, I think I guess you could say it is one, but I think it's the sustained winning that the Dodgers have done for so long. And then obviously to cement them with some championships. I think, I guess you can call this if we do it, a modern day dynasty.
But when you get to play in the World Series repeatedly, like, does the anticipation in the days leading up to it or the excitement you feel like, does that change at all? Does any part of it ever feel like routine at all anyway?
No, no, not at all. Getting to the World Series is what we all dreamed about as kids, and you never know how many you're going to get to, or if it's going to be the last one. And there's so many Hall of Famers that didn't even get to win one or even get to one. So it's not routine. I'm excited. We have an inter-squad game today. Going to get our work in tomorrow, fly, and just we're ready for Friday. So I'm excited to get going. Having 5-6 days off, it's just, I wish the days would just go faster so we can get to Friday sooner.
Thanks, Freddie.
Yep.
Next question is from Kirsten. Go ahead.
Hey, Freddie. So we were just talking to Mookie about, you guys saw the Blue Jays in August. Can you take any of that information to prepare for this series, or is it just a totally different kind of matchup, different circumstances due to the stage you guys are on, the World Series, and also just kind of the highs of the postseason?
Yeah, I think there's not going to be much you can take away from a couple months ago. The only thing is if you face certain guys more, like just over time, you're not facing the American League as much as you do with obviously the National League. So facing their high leverage arms, it's not the same. So you can almost kind of it's two different things really, in the intensity, the heightness of the postseason, the World Series, and I think it's just kind of a little bit different. So I mean, but like a lot of us have faced like Kevin Gausman, Scherz, and we haven't faced Bieber in a couple of years because he was hurt. So I mean, there's just, and then obviously they're young rookie that we've never faced before. So there's just some things that you would wish you would have faced them a little bit more, but you don't have that luxury. So I think it's just kind of a whole different thing. And but again, it's the World Series and it's exciting, and we're looking forward to it. But I don't know if you can take much from something that was 2 months ago.
The last time that we were in Toronto, I got to sit down and have a conversation with your dad and just learning more about your mom growing up in Canada.
Yeah.
For you to be able to play in the World Series. It's, of course, starting in Toronto.
Yeah.
I know you're playing for the visiting team, of course, but is this something that's going to be special for you and your family, do you think?
Yeah, my dad is obviously going to head out there tomorrow as well. So it's going to be pretty special. And I'm not so sure the Canadian fans, Blue Jays fans, will be cheering for me this time around like it was in the WBC the last couple of times. But it is special. Both my parents are born and raised in Canada, especially in the province of Ontario. My mom from the Toronto area, dad from Windsor. So it is special. Every time I go there, it just you just have this like feeling inside that you feel just a little bit closer to my mom. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Every time I go there, it's I always get this little envelope in my locker, and it's always like pictures of like a third cousin has found photos in their garage, and they bring them to me. So I love going back to Toronto. It's a special place for obviously my family and I. And every time I go back there, I feel a little bit closer to my mom. So I'm looking forward to getting there.
Next question is from Bill Plinkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, Freddie. Andrew likes to talk about the quality of life being better when the starting rotation is as reliable and good as your guys have been.
Yeah.
How different does it feel from last year when maybe the offense was expected to do more, the bullpen had to carry the load? This year, it's all that starting pitching.
Yeah, I think it's what's so great about this organization. It's back-to-back years, and it's winning kind of different ways. We had Walker, we had Jack, and we had Yoshi rolling last year in the World Series, and this year we got pretty much 4 number ones healthy going into it, and that's special. I mean, just kind of like how we were about 5-6 weeks ago, a month ago, like going into the season, the regular season, we were just trying to piece it together, waiting for Blake to get back off the IL, getting Shohei's innings built up, but it was just kind of all in flux. And now everyone's kind of clicking and rolling at the same time. And as an offense, you have so much confidence in those guys to just keep matching zeros or throwing the zeros up where we can, get going. And, because we're all facing the best pitching in the game right now. You're not making it to the World Series without great pitching. So you're not going to be scoring and putting up massive amount of runs. So when you have a starting rotation like we have that are throwing the zeros, they were only giving up 1 run like we have been, it helps as an offense. You just want to give run support as much as you can. And we've done it differently the last couple of years. And, we're kind of counting on our starting pitching again in the World Series.
All right, let's hit the narrative.
Okay.
How difficult is a 6-day break at this point in the postseason?
I don't think it's difficult. We're facing lives. We faced lives the last 2 days. We got an inter-squad game today. Obviously, the intensity is different than playing in Game 6 and Game 7 like Toronto did, but we're getting our work in. We're excited. I don't think having a 6-day layoff is gonna affect us. I would say we didn't hit that much in the NLDS, and we did okay in the NLCS, but maybe the 6-day layoff is going to make us hit better.
Have you learned anything since 23 when the layoff seemed to really hurt?
Yeah, I mean, but we had a layoff last year when we won the World Series, so we crushed that narrative, Bill.
Thanks, Freddie.
Yeah.
Next question's from Kerry Osborne. Go ahead, Kerry.
Freddie, just how difficult is it to score in the postseason? Obviously, the pitching is a lot better, but from your perspective, how much difficult is it from postseason to regular season?
It is difficult. I think you see it in the postseason all the time, pretty much every year. It's usually the walk, a bloop, and then someone blasts a 3-run home run. It's very hard to go against number 1s and number 2s because you're not facing the 4-5 or the guy that comes in the 6th inning where you have like a 4-run lead where they're trying to save bullpens. Those guys aren't coming in. So you're facing high leverage and 1s and 2s the whole time. And to string 3-4 hits together in one inning in the postseason is extremely hard to do. So that's why you got to work the walk. You got to go first to third. You got to do the little things when you can. So I think we've just done a really good job of playing great baseball the last 3 rounds that we've been in, and then obviously getting the clutch home runs here and there. And I think it's the name of the game for us this postseason has been our pitching. So As an offense in the NLCS, I thought we did a really good job of just manufacturing some runs, tacking on here and there. It's extremely hard to do in the postseason when you're facing 1s, 2s, and 3s and high leverage the whole time.
Got time for a couple more. Go ahead, Fabian.
Yeah, Freddie, obviously so much was kind of made against the Phillies and Brewers just about how many lefties you guys were going to see. There aren't quite as many lefties on the Blue Jays, but what sort of stands out about that pitching staff and the kind of challenges that they present?
Yeah, I think you got it. Well, the one challenge is we're going to face a guy that no one's ever faced before in their young rookie. I think his name's Trey. I don't even know how you say his last name, but facing a guy with that kind of release point and stuff that you haven't faced is always difficult. Then you got Shane Bieber, who is really, I mean, he's one of the best pitchers before he got hurt, and he looked really good in the postseason so far, and since he's come back. And then obviously you got Kevin Gausman, and then Scherzer. So just reliable guys, and a guy that they're leaning on now, and they're a young rookie, and then they're high leverage. You got Louis Barlin, you got Sir Anthony in there, you got Hoff, and then they got Little and I think Fluharty too. So they can match up differently. They got righties that can go against our left-handed hitters too that they trust. So it's just a good team, just a really good team that is put together well. They're swinging the bats well. So I think it's just going to be a really good series.
Hey, Freddie, with your Canadian roots, playing for that, WBC with Canada, what was your feeling last night just watching that whole country go crazy with the Springer home run and seeing Vlad Guerrero, crying after the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's special. I mean, when you have a whole country that's, behind one team, it's pretty amazing. And then obviously what they've done, they've invested in their team, into that stadium, the visiting clubhouse they've redone. So they've put a lot into the Toronto Blue Jays, and to just see the city come together and I get to experience so much jubilation that they had yesterday going to the World Series for the first time. I think it was 30 plus years. So, it's an exciting time. And obviously, my family being from Canada, it's pretty cool, but Buddy's had an amazing postseason so far, and everyone's Springer's home run. It's just stuff that that they won't forget, and I think it's just going to be a really good World Series. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Freddie. Thanks, everybody. We'll start with Fabian. Go ahead.
Hey, Mookie, I mean, you've talked a lot the last few years just about legacy and what that sort of means long term.
Can you re-say? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I mean, you've talked a lot over the last couple of years just about legacy and what that means long term. I mean, to win 3 titles in 6 years here in LA, what would that sort of mean for you?
I mean, everything for me is obviously, we play the game to win a World Series, but that's doing pretty well if you can win 3 titles in 6 years. And obviously in my end goal, a goal of probably everyone is to be in the Hall of Fame one day, and so I think that definitely helps the case.
What do you think sort of defines a dynasty, and do you think that winning 3 and 6 would kind of qualify for that for you guys?
I don't know. I've never really thought about dynasties. I think just because I'm in it, so I know how hard it is, and I just don't really think about dynasty, so I don't know really what kind of what it consists of. But I mean, I guess if you're thinking about going to the postseason and obviously having a chance to win World Series year after year, I mean, I guess that would kind of qualify as some type of dynasty. But I don't know what it takes to calls it that. So I'm just going to enjoy being in whatever moment we are now.
Thanks, Mookie.
Next question is from Bill Plinkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Mookie, you guys have got a little 6-day break here again. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, but would you agree that it affects hitters more than pitchers to have that layoff?
I would say so. Yeah, definitely. I think the timing aspect, the flow of the game, it's not necessarily just hitting. It could be just, simple ground balls, simple just rhythm and timing and plays and whatnot. I think you can only get through games.
So what did you guys do differently last year and this year after struggling with that in 23?
I don't think we really can do much different. I think, it's just understanding that there is a little lag time, but just knowing how to go about it, throughout a game. I don't think there's not like a magic formula that we created or another team created that makes you come out firing on all cylinders. I think the only real thing is experience, and experience meaning game experience. And so, going 5 or 6 days, you're going to lose a little bit of that, but I think everything will be all right.
Miggy mentioned yesterday that it's coming at a different time this year, and that maybe that'll make it easier to absorb as opposed to at the start of the postseason. Make sense to you at all?
Yeah, definitely. I've never had a break, right before the World Series. So yeah, he is right. It is coming at a different time. Obviously, we don't know how it's going to affect us until we know how it affects us. But I think we're all locked and loaded and ready to go, and we know we've played some, so we should be okay.
Thanks, Mookie.
Next question is from Kirsten. Go ahead, Kirsten.
Hey, Mookie. First, kind of like a random question, but considering you guys have obviously been in the World Series a lot, but is there an excitement, or just now knowing you guys are playing, is there kind of just a different feeling heading into this now week?
Yeah, I think everybody's excited, but I don't think anybody's like too excited. I think everybody's like locked and loaded. I think everybody's ready to go. We know that we have a task at hand, and we're excited for the opportunity of winning a World Series, and then the opportunity of winning back-to-back World Series, which is a whole nother story. But we all know like that all is not important right now. We have to focus on winning the first game Friday.
Mm-hmm. And now knowing that you guys are playing the Blue Jays, you saw them relatively later in the regular season in August. What just kind of makes them so challenging? How valuable is that experience of seeing them on the back of the post, or in the regular season, prepare you guys just for this upcoming series?
Seeing them during the season is, it doesn't matter about right now. So that's all kind of irrelevant. But I mean, they pitch, they hit, they play defense, they kind of do everything well. I mean, you don't make it to the World Series on accident. So that means you're playing your best baseball at the right time. And so we just have to play our best baseball at the right time. I mean, that's really all we can control, and that's all we can do. And so I think we'll just use this break to like I said, to get ready, and everybody should be ready to play their best baseball.
Thank you.
Next question is from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Mookie, going back to like what you're saying about guys not being like too excited in this week, like for you, how different is it when you're playing in the World Series for the fourth time compared to like, what it felt like that first year you went with the Red Sox, and just kind of how the experience of getting this deep into the postseason, so many years kind of helps you and the team right now as you guys get ready for this week?
Yeah, I remember the first time that when you're going, you're just excited to be in the postseason. You don't know how long it's going to last. You don't really have any expectations on anything. I want to say is that you're there and you want to win, but you don't really know what it takes. And so now, going back over and over again, you kind of learn what it takes to get to the next step, and how hard it is. Sometimes you learn how to weather certain storms. There's just a lot that kind of goes into, winning in the postseason, playing in the postseason, that you wouldn't know when you're young. So I think all of us now that most of us have some experience in the postseason, we use that to our advantage, and we can kind of stay even keel.
And then on the, the opportunity to win a third title, Miggy was saying the other day, like at points this season that, guys would maybe mention that of like, hey, we have, we're not just playing for this year, but the opportunity to do something really meaningful in the big picture too. Like how much have you kind of felt that during this year, and kind of recognized, for as locked in as you guys have been on trying to win this year, also, kind of sensing this opportunity to create this kind of legacy, bigger picture for the franchise?
I mean, yeah, once your team signs Shohei, and then you sign Yoshi, and then you sign Roki, you go get guys. I mean, that kind of lets you know where the team is. We want to win, and we want to win a lot now. And so, I think we'll just use this break to like I said, to get ready, and everybody should be ready to play their best baseball. And so we'll just have to knowing that and understanding that you can kind of look up and know that the window you're in is really important and you really will need to win now. And we understand that, but we also understand that in order to do that, you have to take it one day at a time. You got to just win one at a time. Then eventually you look up at the end of that window and you've taken care of business. But if you don't take care of one day at a time, then there's no way to get to where you want to get to.
Thanks, Mitch.
Got time for one more. Go ahead, Sonia.
Mookie, does it feel like there's kind of something more in the tank, like for the offense, especially? Obviously you went 9-1 to this point in the postseason, but how are you looking to kind of keep the pressure on opposing hitters moving forward?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we just have to do our thing and just have a good team at bats, a good team approach. We just kind of do our thing offensively. If we get the hits, cool. If we don't, cool. But we have to just understand that we have to continue to play our game and do what we do. But there's no formula to it. I mean, you have to be able to win 3-1 games, just like you have to be able to win 10-9 games. And so you never know which one's going to come, but you got to be ready for whichever one.